there are main two different type of the blueprints available into the Unreal. First, if you see the tool menu here, we have open level blueprint, new empty class, this option and this option.
जी कब शुरू करेंगे?
I guess it is already started, right?
Yes, it's a started. Session is ongoing now.
Okay, yeah. Sureshji, you can't see my screen?
Sapnil ji, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes. You can see my screen, right, Sapnil?
Hello.
Yes, yes, it's there. All going good.
Okay, awesome. So when we talk about
Hello.
blueprint, first we have open level blueprint over here. If I click over here, then we'll get options, right? This is the blueprint level blueprint. And if I click on the blueprint here, we have new empty blueprint class. The same option we have over here, add new and the blueprint class over here. When I click over here, we'll getting the lots of options, right? First is a actor, pawn, characters, player controllers, right? So different options are available over here. We'll see some options today and some option into the upcoming lectures. Now, first of all, we'll try to understand, right? This is my third person character games. What I'll do, I'll create the new level first. First of all, new level, right? So I've created this new level over here. When I'll go over here blueprint and say open 11 blueprints over here, we can see there are two options are available. First is a event begin play, and this is the event tick. If we talk about the event tick, this is a every frames, right? If I want to show any display during my games, so I need to connect with this node. Here we can say this is the exist pin, right? So event begin we have over here. Now if I go to my game and just start and play, so my game is playing continuously. There are no delay or I can stop or quit my games because there are no connections, no information I have provided in my blueprint. Again, I'm showing I have gone over here blueprint and click on the open level blueprint over here. If I click, it will open this window. Okay. Now what we'll do here, if you see this code is coming into the red in color, that is depending upon what kind of the functionality or the script or the node we are adding over here. That is really very important. Now I'll not select anything. If I want to add event or the nodes over here, I need to do the right click on this graph, right? If I'm dragging this into, so those option only will open which is relevant to this node. So as of now, I'll just do the right click over here. I'll just type delay. I want my game has to be delay. After the typing delay here, we are getting the option that is a functional. If you'll see, this is coming into the different colors. So this is the, differentiate how we can do what kind of event or the blueprint or the script we have added or the node we have added into our scene, right? So what I'll do, I'll connect this node with my this node. Unreal is so powerful. If I'm assigning into the wrong, here you can see the red mark over here. Execution pin is not compatible with this float, so I can connect with this, right? If I'll see the delay, there is an option is called the duration, that is a 0.2 frame. I'll make it 2. I want my game duration is for the 2 seconds only. After applying or connecting with any node, we always have to do the compile. If you'll see, this is a question mark over here. You need to click on that. This is good to go. And save. Now, where you have to save, where your level is saved. When we talk about this, and if I'll say file, save, it's asking me to save. I'll say the new mob and the save. I'll go to my blueprint script. I'll just say compile and save. Where I have saved my level, it will save there only. If I go and play, here you will see after 2 seconds, it's nothing, it's not stopping, it is continuous playing. Now why that's so? I need to give command. It will get delay, but after 2 seconds what? So what I want, after completed this, it has to quit game. Quit game. Here you can see this is again the functionality. Here you can see the different functions are over here. Here we have the multiple options. Even when we talk about the quit references or quit background you want, or it will stop into a background, or the totally quit I want. Again, if I added or did the modifications to my blue script, right, to the blueprint, I'll click on this compile and click on the save. I'll go over here and I'll just start and play from here. Here you will see after 2 seconds my game is stopped automatically. Again, I'm into a edit mode. When you see this characters, this icon over here, that means I'm not into my gaming mode. If I want to go to the gaming mode, I need to click this arrow and say play. So my game started to play over here. If you want more durations, type 10 seconds. If I want, again, whatever modification you did, we need to click on this compile and click on this save. Again, if I'll go, otherwise I can directly play over here. My game window will open from the blue script. See, after 10 seconds, my game will stop. See, it's automatically gets stopped. So with this simple node, I can make changes as per my requirement, right? So this is the node how we have taken and how we have edited over here. Now we'll try to understand what is a variable, how we can edit the variables in our scene. When we talk about the variables, on my right hand side, on my left hand side here, you can see this is the options we are getting over here. We have variable, we have macros, we have functions. If I want to search how many blueprint script I have in my script editor, control shift and F. Now here you see this is totally showing a blank because I need to type over here event and enter. So which script is with the, or which the node is started with the event is everything showing you over here. Event begin play, event begin overlap, event take, event begin play, right? So all script which is started from the event word, it's showing you over here. If I'll change into function and enter, which is started from the function or which is for the functional node, that will open over here. See, light function materials, set light functions materials. Control Alt and Shift to open this window. Control Alt and F, so that will find in the blueprint. That is a, the tips I can say in the blueprint editor. Now we are talking about the more about the variable, right? Here first we try to understand what the other options we have. Here we have the new event over here. If I click over here, I can add the different variables or the nodes from this list. Event graph we have, functional, macros, variable, event dispatch. We can compile this, save, browse if we want to open and find. If I click on this file, that I can find over here. Hide unrelated, the script class setting if you want to add, right? That settings will get over here. If I click on display and the simulations we have, this is the simulations over here. If you see the arrow will gonna start if that is applying to our characters over here. So there are multiple options we have over here. Now we'll talk about more about the different variables what we have. When we talk about the variable can be created in the variety of different types. On your left hand side, including data types such as the boolean, integer and the float, as well as reference type of holding things like objects, actor or particular classes. Array of each variable types can also be created. Each type is a color coded When we talk about the color coded, here you can see this is the by default event beats coming into this red or the maroon color. Here we have this bluish type of the colors, right? Now first we'll see the variables. If I click on this variable, here you can see the other options is open over here. So it's not, we are not able to see each and every nodes property into the detail panels. Here we have the detail panels. When I talk about these variables, here we have, right? We have the booleans, we have the byte, integer 64, property references, float, name, string, text, vector, rotator, transform, structure, interface, right? So there are many variations on this. This is divided and display as per the color. If you'll see over here, now this is the different options I can give. I'm giving this set over here. Now my boolean is become into the different activity over here. Make this variable contain array, set or map. See, this is the options we have, right? Here you can say variable coming into red in color. I can change my variable. Now what are the different variables we have? If I will click over here, or if I want to modification hidden on and off, we can do. This is hidden. If I do click on this plus sign, here we have the new variable. Now first we'll talk about the boolean variable. I've just click over here, the same option we have, boolean is coming red in color, drag and drop. We have the get new variable, we have set variable. First, we'll try to understand what is a get variable. It create the only the one node. Shortcut key to create is control drag and drop. Control drag and drop to select variable into our graph editor. I'll just select this node and just delete that. Again, I'll just delete this, right click and you can delete that. If you want to give the name F2 delay underscore display. If you'll see, my variable name is now into the float. Now we'll try to understand what is a boolean. Boolean showing into the maroon color true or false value. It take very less amount of RAM. I'll just drag and drop over here. First we'll get the set. If I'll drag and drop and if I'll say set, here we'll see the different properties over here. Right here, after click on the compile, here will say it's showing, after selecting any variable, it's showing over the please compile the blueprint. I'll need to click on this compile, then only I will see the delay display. Select on this delay display, right? So what I'll do first, I'll just create the delay display over here. I'll change into the float. This is my boolean, sorry. If I click over here boolean and if I change into the byte over here, change the variable type. So this is into the byte. Here you say my colors got changed over here. Now when we talk about the byte, it's showing into the Sherpa blue color. Whole numbers value between 0 to 255. This number will come if I'm using byte type. It's coming between 0 to 255. Smallest data type we can use, we have integer. Integer is used into the sea green color. I'll just select and delete. Here you can see this is a sea green color. Whole number values minus 2,15,037, right? Or it can be the minus highest value, but will take more memory. See, all these variable we can connect with this node because I have to give some points. I have to give some value. Some variable worked on the true or false, right? So that is about the integer. Then I will change into integer 64. I'll just click over here or I can select over here if we have 64. See, this is change variable type. Just click on that. I'll go over here. Now this is coming in most green color. Now most green whole number value minus means which was the previous was integer value, right? So in 64 we'll get double numbers if we are assigning any numbers to our functional. So that time we'll use these variables. Now we'll see the float. If I click over here and say float, change variable, yes, it's changed. this is showing into a yellow greenish color, right? If I just select and say compile, here we have the value. See this? So whenever we'll change our variables, we need to click on this compile and the save. So here we'll get the property of that particular variable. When we talk about the name over here, if I'll select the name and say change variables, it's change. Now select and say compile. Now here we'll see the display. Here you can see the properties got changed. This is a place of the text used to identify something in the game, right? It means if I want to show, the HUD display into my game or the directions, that time I will use this variable. Then we have string. If I click over here, then this we have the string. Check on this, click on this, again click on this compile, right? String, magenta color, group of alphanumeric character such as a hello world. If I click over here and say hello world over here, right? That I can use into my game. Now I have to create the event for that. I want to create more functional for that. It will come when we go a little bit more, the further. Delay displays we have, text we have, vector we have, change variable, select and say compile. If I'm selecting my property over here, now here you can see we have XYZ property over here. It's showing into the gold set of three numbers XYZ. This type is useful for 3D coordinations or the RGB data or three float value. If I click over here we have split structure pin. Now I have XYZ individually. If I just click over here and say recombine structure pin, now XYZ is together. So this is the main difference between say a get, this is a get, this is a set, right? Okay. Now we'll see the more variables in that. We have rotator. If I select the rotator, the color will be the cornflower color will be there. Select and see. This is the change. Bluish color has come. Group of number they can definite into a 3D. Compile over here. This can be used for the rotations. If I select over here, XYZ we have, right? So different variable we have the transform. It will get into orange color. Transform is the same XYZ, which normally if I'll see my any object which I've created over here, the same property we will get into the transform. Here we can see we have the transform property, same we have in our variables. Again I'll click over here, that is into the transform property. Then we have the object property over here. If I click over here transform, then we have object types, we have the structures types, right? Each and every one, this variable is playing their role as per the connections. So there are multiple things, but this is really very important to understand the which variable is gonna work, how is gonna work, right? As of now I'll just turn off that, select and delete. I do not require any variable of now. First I'll create the variable and I want it has to be into the float variable is there, right? I'll just drag and drop and say get new variables. Now when we talk the get variables, I'll just try to drag it over here. First say compile, then here we are able to see the compile properties. If I'll drag over here, now if I want to add more delay with the help of this variable float value, here I can do the float. I'll make this 2. Now my game will get more delay if I select and change the name of that my variable from here, delay underscore display, right? So here you can see my names got changed over here, delay display. I'll just drag output and execute pin of that into the durations. Now the durations will work as per the which value I've given over here, compile. Here you can say, right? And if I'll say play over here, I'll go to my new, select and just delete that much of area, select and play. See, my game stop automatically. Again, I'll go over here. Now that is the get. Now we'll see the set display. When we talk about the set, here we can give the more value instead of over here. Say compile. Again, click over here. Here we have the 2. Here you can say the 2 value is a variable, but I can give much more options over here. There is a one more options to delay games. I'll make this to a 4 seconds of that. Now I need to connect with this. So I'll remove event begin play. I'll remove that connections. So event begin will start with the set value, right? And set execute pin, output pin will go into delay and say compile. Now 4 plus 2, the 6 second has become. I'll just go over here and say start and the play. So my game will stop after 6 seconds, right? So this is the use of the different variable we can use. Select on this here, you can see event begins. So this is the variable how we can do that. Now we'll see the sum of its property variable what we have into the detail panel. This is very simple. You need to understand as already shown you over here. We need to see that on which and how these things is work. This is the normally when we are doing like normally we can see we are designing our blueprint, which node has to be the apply, how it gonna apply over here. If I want to use the sound, or if I want to use the particles, or if I want to use anything as per the requirement, right? This is the use of the blueprint, right? If you know the C++, that is an advantage, but we can make a game with the help of this blueprint as well as per our requirement. Okay, now we will see the some property of this variable. Here we can change the name of the variable. If I want to change of this variable into something like the fight variable, this is my fight. Here you can see my variable name got changed, it's become a fight. It's showing over here float. Here you will see when I'll move my mouse on that variable name, I'm able to see this is into a float over here, right? If I'll click over here, this is the bytes, I keep variable in this, and again do the compile over here. If I'll move here, you can see this is a warning. So this is the set which we have given. It's not worked on this delay. But when I'll move my cursor here, showing you the byte. So this is depending upon which variable, how we are using it. Variable into the float, it is converted and to the compile. Now I can change into something like tooltips. If I want to give the tooltips, what tooltips I want to give? This is game delay node. So when I'll move my mouse over here, you can see set this value to the fight, set this value to the fight. Tooltips, this is the term it will indicate over here. This is the game delay node. Here you can see whatever I have written on my detail panel or the tooltips. Here I can see that. So this is little bit more, the shortcuts or the informations about that node, what we are using it. You want to use it to spam, you want to use for the private or individually. You want to use as a category. Here you can change into category. For an example, I'll change this category into, or normally when we are using into the Maya, we are doing a folder structure, right? Here you can see this is written over here, the variable and the file. So if I'll change into, for an example, India, I'm just writing here, you can see this is has created India name and into the file. So here if I'm making a indoor, if I type, so this is the indoor variations. If I'll say the file, so indoor delay. Here you can say indoor delay. So here I can change my variable name. If I want to change my variable time, again I'm saying I can click over here, I can change as per my requirement.
Yeah.
If I want to change into this is game display, I can use the tooltips, and this is the different
जी समझा
category.
हाँ
Hello.
வந்துச்சுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இப்பதான் செக் பண்ணேன். 21 வந்தது. 21 வந்தது.
Muted.
நினைக்கிறேன்.
Unmuted.
Hello, Swapnil sir. Hello.
Amar sir, no, you can continue.
Okay, right. Thank you. So into the category,
Disturbance came.
in category we have indoor. So once we type over here, say indoor delay, right? Here you can say this is the indoor delay, and if I'll say category indoor, it created that variables, or we can say a folder structure kind of thing. So it is very easy. So when we are using into the different folder or structure, we'll easily can differentiate where I'm using these variables. Now here we have the slider range. When we talk about the slider range, I'll say compile over here. So if I'm sliding over here, this is the infinity number I'm getting over here. I'll just make this to a 0. So instead of the infinity number, here I can give the limitations. For an example, from 1 to 5. So if I'm changing this 1 to 5, see, this has become 1 to 5 only. I can't go beyond that. Here we have value range. If I'll say value range between 2 to 4. So if I'll drag 2 and 4 will be there. I can't go. I can't slide, above the 2. But if I'm typing 1, yes, then only I'm able to go. I'm so sorry. I need to do the vice versa. 1 to 5, and this will be 2 to 4. So this is my value range. See, here I can go between 2 to 4 only. I can't go beyond that. But if I'm typing 1 or if I'm typing 5, see, I'm able to go that. But again, if I'm using this slide, I'm going between 2 to 4. So that is the slider range and the value range. When we talk about the replications use when we are making a game for the network, right, or with the multiple player, that time we can use. If you are using a the third person game or individual game, that time we do not require. Slowly we'll try to understand the coordinations will become locally you want or high you want. So either we are just when we cross in that that's arrow options, we are getting the more options, right? So that is into the variations, right? So this is the way we can create the delay as per the requirement. If I start and the play over here, my game will get stopped after duration. Here you can say again, right now I am into my edit mode. I'll just move my mouse over here and just select on this, start and the play, right? So that was into a variable which we use the simple delay node in our this script. Now we'll try to see how to do a explosions, how we can make the blueprint as per our requirement. When we talk about the explosions, right? So first of all, what I'll do, I'll just delete all these my durations, or I'll just alt and click. So that way I am remove my connection, again do the compile, right? Again, so what I'll do, I'll create the new level for that. Don't save. If I'll go start and just play, we need to check. See, my third person game is not working on this. Let me just open over here and just again go to start and play. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just create a new project. Just give me 1 minute. I need to do the new project over here. Say games, third person game, and just save this. So when we talk about, if I want to make a trigger, we can say, or the explosions when my characters walk, right? For that I need to use that third person character is getting open up over here. So if I'll click to my content, if I'll go down here, we need to see we have the blueprint script, third person blueprint. If I'll just drag and drop over here and I'll just select and play, stop and just play over here, my character is not working. But if I double click on that, here we can say this is the blue script which we have created. I hope so in my next lectures or after that I'm gonna show how we can make a characters in this way. how we can add our character or how we can give animation as per our requirement. See, this is not the blueprint level blueprint. This is the blueprint class. When we talk about the blueprint class, I can use that anywhere wherever I have required. For an example, if I want to use over here into my node, I can use that. Right? If I go on start and just play, let's see. Yeah, this is my character. This is a playing over here. Okay. Now what I'll do if I want to make, I was talking about the third blueprint over here. If I'll say blueprint, here we have the two blueprint. First is a third person character. If I'll click over here, when we create the blueprint, here we have the viewport, we have the construction script, we have event graph. In event graph, we can use the node. Into the viewport, I can edit my object or I can import my object. I can create, the movements which I want. I can do lots of things into my viewport. But if I'm doing a blueprint class, that I can use into my any level. But if I'm using that, if I'm making a blueprint level, that is for that particular level. So this is the main difference between the blueprint class and the blueprint level, right? So I'll just delete over here. Now, as of now, if I'll say game node, I just need to do double click over here. Here we can say game sessions classes. This is the node which we have given, right? This also gonna come into the next sessions, First, we'll try to understand what is a blueprint, how we can achieve as per our requirement. Now, I was saying, now what I want one of this, my character, once is crossed over here, there is some particle system over here, which is the blasting. Once he cross this area, this particle system get blast or it will get explode. Particle will get explode. So how I'll do that? First, I need to go to this my third person game level. If I'll go zoom out over here, say this is my zoom level, I'll reduce my camera speed into something 2. Okay, now what I'll do, before that there has to be the the collision. We have to provide a trigger or we have to create certain null kind of object where our character wants to reach. In that there has to be the some the activity in that particular area. So first of all, what I'll do, I'll first create a blueprint class. First I'll go to the my content, I'll create a new folder. This is my new folder. Here I'll say edited, I'll click edited underscore bp underscore demo. Right, this is my folder structure. It's better always create a folder. Now what we'll do, because it is always stay into the content. Now save current, I'll save this file into, again let's just check it's my third person game working proper. Yes. So now what I'll do, I already created this demo. I'll just click over here. This time we'll use the blueprint class. If I click over here, it asks me, you want to create a actor, you want to create a pawn, you want to create a characters, player controller, game mode, actor component, different options that we have options over here. When we talk about these actors, right? So there are different variations, different options are there for the actors. Now what we'll do first? First we'll create the actors. Once I create the actor, is asking me. So here I will type particle underscore expo. So that is the, here you can see if I'll create an actor, is gonna look like this. If I'll create the blueprint class and say pawn, this I'll say test underscore 1. See, this is the pawn over here. If I'll create the new level, again blueprint class characters, here we'll say character actors. Here you can see if I double click over here, this is going to look like, which I already shown you. This might be, I will cover into my next session or after sessions, right? We can import any our character. We can replace this character, whatever created character we have made into a 3D softwares, right? This kind of the animations also we can do. So for an example, that was the character. Again, blueprint class, player controller. Enter here. You can see with the help of this different blueprint class is also indicating this different logo. Again, if I'll say blueprint over here, here we have this options over here. Again, blueprint class. We have the game mode base. Double click over here. Here you can see we have this base. Here we can add our controller. Here we can give the movement as per our choice or as per our controller. Again, the new event blueprint class. Click over here. We have actor component over here. Here you can see we have this actor component over here, right? If I do double click over here, so they do not have the viewport, construction script, or the event graph. They have directly event graph. So when we talk about this last two, blueprint class, actor component and scenes component, right? Let me open the scene component. It's directly open into the event graph. This new blueprint do not have the viewport, construction script, or the event graph. So that is really very important to understand. See, Unreal is designed in such a way that easily we can connect as per our requirement. We only have to understand which node where we have to apply, what kind of the variable or the functions we need to require in our scene. So as of now, what I'll do, I'll just select everything and delete. Shift, and I'll just delete everything and say delete, force delete over here. Okay. So again, I'll just normally need to do a blueprint class. I will use this time actors. Once I'll scroll my mouse over here, I'm getting all information related to this class. If I click over here, actor class, here I can say particle underscore expo. Right now, double click over here. Now what we'll do, I'll create, just drag and drop to this my next to my screen over here. Now here we are getting an option. See, if I click over here, add component, I'll click over here, right? Here we have to add first the box collision. Here, whatever you are seeing this shape, this is not a shape. This is just indicating which node, which actor or the class I'm using it. If I'll use over here, say box collision, just type in the search area on your left hand side and say box collisions. Here we can see we have created this box collisions over here. I'll just drag this area. I'll just minimize this, right? I need to check where I need to put. So what I'll do, I'll just little bit go closer to my this area. Once my character will reach here, there has to be the explosions. I'll just drag and drop object over here. So I'm defining this area over here. I need to little bit more scale, pull this up, right? And again, I'll say compile. If I'll say compile and save, it will save that. Just drag and drop over here. So this is the, box collider I've added. Now what I'll do, I will add particle system. Again, I'll go to the add component, click over here and just type in search area, particle, I'm so sorry, particle system. Now we need to check particle has to be the child of this box trigger or the box collisions, right? So I select my particle system. Here we are not able to see any particle because our template is empty. So there are multiple way we can add the particle to into our this box collisions. So what I'll do, I'll select this my the particle system. Into my detail panels, I'll get the property of that particular add component which I have added over here. So I'll select the particle, I'll just drag into the none. Here we are getting option explosions. Here you can say explosion is added. This is the preset which we have given. Or fire. Fire is continuing. Here you can see this is continuation is going on. If I'll select, say this is the smoke over here. So again the smoke will be the continue. If I'll select over here and say sparks, So this sparks will continue, right? If I'll select over here, say streamlit over here, the late will continue. So there are multiple options like tutorial particle systems we have. So this is the added view over here. This is the preset. This is by default will come each and every Unreal. Yeah, Unreal 5.24. Explosions we have, fire we have. As of now, I'm using explosions into my scene, right? So I've added that. Again, I'll do compile and I'll save. So here if I'll see this is the continue playing, what I'll do, I'll go to the start and play. See, this is the continue, but here what my requirement is, once my character reach into this particular area, that time only that spark will get effect or the blast will come. But here by default this is coming to previous only, right? So again I'll go to my particle systems. I'll select my particle system. I will go down. Here we have rendering visible, cast shadow you want. Yes, shadow options will there. If I'll go down more, activation auto activated, I'll turn that off. If I'll say save and if I'll start and play this time, nothing is effect because previously by default it was auto activated. Now I have not given any command, right? I have not given any trigger. I have not given any blueprint. Once my character will reach here, that time it get blast. That time only my smoke will come. Or if it's going continuous on that particular area, it will get blast, right? Now what I'll do, I'll open that and I will, this time I will go to the event graph, right? Now here we have this option event actor begin overlap, right? Now what is a actor event overlap? Once we overlap over here, this will get blast. So before that, what I'll do here, I need to give the, the property value or the spawn value. First, we'll try to create a more node. For an example, I have just select this node over here. I'll try to search spawn emitter. I'll just drag and drop and say SPAN spawn emitter attached. Here you say it's asking which emitter you want to blast. Here you can see the color is changed now. Right here we have applied the different variable in our event graph. Now if I click over here and again start go and play. Now again, this is not understanding on which event, which graph. Why? Here we have to give the locations value. Parallelly, what we have to give, we have to add one more node, right? So first of all, we'll give the locations number. For that, what I'll do, I'll create one cube over here. I will note down this value 600, 330 and 360. So first value X is my 600, 330 and 360 value. So this is just for the reference. I've created this box or the cube. I'll delete that. I'll go to my this. Now here spawn a meter attached. This locations which I've required. It was a 600 by 330 and the 360. Right. So this spawn a meter will come in this area, which whereas I've created box. Again, I'll do the compile. Now again, if I'll start and play, so this will not get affected. Why? Because I need to add one more element over here. I need to add the element over here. Now what element is, I first remove this alt. Here event begin overlap, we need to assign node. And that node is cast to third person. Cast to third person character, right? Cast to third person character, other actor will combine with this object and this output execute pin will go into this. If I'll say compile, go over here and just start and play over here. Now we'll see that play. This is not working, so we just need to check what else we need to add. Type auto activate, turn that off. Again, do compile and save. Click over here, go start and play. So we need to see which node we need to connect on this. Third person cast to third person character. Yes, that we have given over here. Actor and event. We need to auto destroy off. Just save and compile and just select. Play this time and just see, because we need to see. Let's again see into this trigger actions overlap. Again, go to this viewport. This is the trigger over here. Let's connect with, go down, compound overlap, click over here, begin overlap box. Let's try to connect with this box over here. I'll just remove this. Let's connect with this. Let's see, this is working. Other actors just click on the object. Again, compile, select, start in this play. Now this is not working on that. Again, let's do the Control Z. Event graph, let's cancel this. Click over here, patch name, begin name, locations, clip relevant over here. So now what was our requirement? Again, do the compile to this character, cast to the third person character. Again, just select and delete. We'll again try to create node, cast to third person characters. So this automatically will get compile this, cast fail, again compile this. This has to be the work. What is the emitter type? I just need to, I need to give this fire, right? Or I need to give the blast. I need to give this explosions, compile and save, turn this off, start and play. Let's see this. This is not working. Again, no problem. We'll see play explosion, reset value of that. So this is our requirement. Event actor begin overlap. Yes, that's the perfect. We have cast to the third persons. Double this graph is coming up. Our actor and this actor is coming up. Spawn a meter attached. This is the wrong node. I'll just drag and say spawn a meter at location. So here we have to give the locations, say particle systems or explosions. So again, locations, that value we need to give, it was 600. Then into my y-axis it was 330 and it was 360. Right? Auto destroy off, compile and save. Let's see this times. Sometimes you might get bug. See this? So whenever I enter that much area, I'm getting these explosions. So which node we have given over here, that is a really very important, right? If I stop and place, and best thing is what, I can apply this anywhere, right? When we talk about apply, I just apply over here. If and again I'll go and play, but it will get blast over there because I've given that value over here. It was a spawn a meter at locations, right? So that is a very simple and easily we can reach